dog is a reference to.
What's the one that's set in like feudal Japan and it's like Miko or like
Onimusha?
Kuon?
is that Kuon, right,
Kuon.
right.
A fine From Software product.
Yes.
Is
Something
that
else.
on your list?
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
All
Oh wait, no,
thanks,
on
everyone.
both probably.
Probably
Yeah.
both. But you're
I
not
just
playing the
realized
PS2.
I didn't actually put on my it came from the FromSoft category.
It came from Soft.
Anyway, you'll
FromSoft came.
yeah.
Yeah, they did.
All right, see you.
Is Agitech still alive?
A mysterious darkness conquered the island
Agitech?
of Marinette. There was
No,
either a
Agitech,
god or a
ASCII
demon
Game
who
Entertainment
controlled
Technology,
Oh.
the American
No one
arm
tried
of
to go
ASCII.
there.
Probably fully subsumed into Bandai Namco.
Probably.
I had to guess.
A high elf in the forest.
All right, high
Is
elf in the
ASCII
forest.
ASCII's still independent though, right?
I haven't done much
ASCII
research on them.
ASCII, I should say. I thought that they merged with like MediaWorks to form their current situation. Yeah. You know, MediaWorks not exactly a name that jumps out to a lot of people, but they're the Dengeki Bunko people. Which is to say, they make a lot of manga.
Yes, I did just check RAM. Don't ask. Okay,
The
so
Master of Borgs.
so
How goes your playing of questionable games?
I was going to spend 30 to 40 minutes offline doing backtracking to stuff and
Yeah,
little
fuck
bit.
that. Torture me.
well
Torture me with a bad time.
well I mean watching it is a bad time if watching me very carefully play this game. I'll have a bad
So,
time if I charge ahead.
These were discussion materials that I had for Biomotor Unitron, because, you know, I feel like if I'm going to play Biomotor Unitron today, I need to have discussions. I am more than happy to burn some of these discussion things, but we'll wait until you get your stream running.
Like my
The
stream is
running.
running.
Okay, so the PlayStation Plus price increases. So I'll go ahead and summarize what they are. So for PlayStation Plus Essential, this is the basic tier. It's moving from $59.99, £49.99, €59.99, or 5,143 yen, to $80, £60, 72 euros, and 6,800 yen. The PlayStation Plus Extra, I believe this is the tier that gets you the free games, or do all tiers of PS Plus get you free
I think
games?
you get the essentials at the lowest tier, maybe,
Okay.
and then the modern
the
games.
PlayStation Plus, let me go ahead and pull up I'll pull up that later, but the PlayStation Plus Extra 12-month subscription is moving from $100 to $135, £84 to £100, $100 or 100 euros to 126, and 8,600 yen to 11,700 yen. The PlayStation Plus Premium 12-month subscription is moving from $120 to $160, £100 to $120, 120 euros to 152, and 10,250 yen to 13,900 yen. Let me go ahead and pull up PlayStation
price increase.
Plus tiers compare. I always have to pull this up. It's important to note that you need to have PlayStation Plus to have cloud saving on the PlayStation ecosystem.
Wait, do Xbox Live to have that on Xbox though?
No, that comes by default for free.
Oh.
And also, Sony deletes your cloud saves if you forget to re-up your PlayStation Plus subscription after 6 months.
Wait,
they all disappear.
Is it 6 months or? Oh, okay.
I think it's 6 months. I've heard people say that it's 4. I double-checked, and Sony's website says 6. I have double checked, and some people have said that it's as low as 3 for them because of an error. All right, so PlayStation Essential, Extra, and Premium get you monthly PS5, PS4 downloadable games, so those are those free games. Discounts, cloud storage, online multiplayer access is all 3 stages, or all 3 tiers. Downloadable catalog of nearly 400 PS5 and PS4 games. This starts at Plus Extra and Plus Premium. PS3 game streamings is the start of the Plus Premium tier, and also the Plus Premium tier. As you know, that wonderful catalog of PS1, PS2, and PSP games that Sony actually takes the time to re-release. Here's the problem. That catalog is dog shit.
Yeah.
It's the worst selection. It's all PSP games, some PS2 games, and like a paltry number of PS1 games. It's the worst.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And then you
they do
also
not care.
get the early access version of major, like, basically what Microsoft did with Starfield. Sony has a similar thing where if you pay them extra money, you can get early access of big upcoming releases. But no, yeah, like, saying that you've got the classic program on Sony is a crock of shit.
Yeah.
It's the worst program. It's such a bad program.
Yeah, no, it's definitely very half-assed PS stuff, and doing it only because Game Pass exists.
And even then, like, I don't know, man. I think that the Essentials tier is where I top out at this point. Like, I don't think that the... do you do a lot of PlayStation 3 streaming on your PlayStation consoles, your 4 or your 5?
My internet isn't good.
Yeah, exactly. Mine is good because I've got gigabit internet.
Well, screw you.
But I've heard that problem all the time. Also, they're gonna charge more for PlayStation Plus. What the fuck is up with that platform's download speeds? It's been a problem since the goddamn PlayStation 3. It takes fucking forever to download the most basic, even small indie games.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Bad time.
Okay.
It's not
Anything
ideal.
else you want to say? I mean, obviously, and I think I wrote about it on the thread on Giant Bomb, this is just a classic example of tit for tat. When Microsoft announced that they were increasing Game Pass, Microsoft... I have a cold.
Oh, okay.
Microsoft announced that they were increasing the price of Game Pass. Like, I feel like everyone was like, yeah, probably Sony is going to respond in kind. But the weird thing is that Microsoft's price increases weren't universal. Some countries were immune, some countries weren't immune. Like, in some places, like, Game Pass Ultimate just went up by $2. Sometimes it went up by $5.
That is a bit haphazard. Probably depend.
Whatever. Whatever. My United States of whatever.
Well, I found better maps.
Yeah.
I was
Maps are good.
I was very lost before.
That seems to be a problem that a lot of people have with
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm basically just going back to buy more healing items. Maybe kill some termites.
Yeah.
Oh, is my audio here? Hello. Okay.
I can check your audio. Give me a minute.
Oh no, I see the green line now. OBS sometimes doesn't pick. Like,
Oh, that's weird. I'm okay.
oh, okay, cool. I'll want to probably get a level too, and a lot of healing. Because the first boss fight.
Yeah.
Can you guess what that boss fight is?
A gigantified version of something you've already fought.
Yes.
Ooh, is it the flower thing?
No, it's a giant termite in the termite nest.
No. Okay. What was the first Earth Defense Force game that came out in the United States?
The first one, but it was very limited release.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
you can't
oh,
find it
right,
anymore.
Monster Attack, right. And wasn't that a part of the Simple 2000 series?
Yeah.
God, the Simple series is such a weird
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I've been thinking of like doing something with that, but no, I have other stuff.
So
going.
I always get confused. I know like some games like Monster Attack or Earth Defense Force and Onichibara were their own games and they just grouped them together. But not every game that was in the Simple series was its own thing or its own separate release, right? Or
Yeah.
was it?
Well, most games in the Simple series were like mahjong, like
Yeah, it was
basic COD songs.
mahjong and like board games and like
Like
weird
Simple
racing
Soccer.
games.
Like
A lot of mini games that were like billed as being games.
yeah. So it's it's okay. I bought a buttload of healing.
But that was like the bread and butter of the goddamn of D3 for the longest time.
Oh yeah, I mean the Simple 1500 series was what got
Yeah.
started. That's even weirder. Games are much smaller, as you can imagine.
I know that like D3 of America got spun off and then bought by 505, but D3 Japan, the main studio, is still its own thing.
Oh.
And the only reason I know that is because part of that purchase is 505 bought the Puzzle Quest series.
Got a silver key. That should come with a locked chest. Now I'm going to go kill some termites and small mine. I kind of left that half done. Hopefully that should get me to level. Okay. Let's do that. Yeah, so yeah, I need topics because this is going to be a 20-minute grinding session.
Okay, let me pull up the news. Do you want to talk about the recent changes to the farming meta in Genshin Impact?
They keep adding expansions onto that thing, which I guess good.
Yeah,
for
they
them.
put in a new world.
Good for them, I guess. Because I mean, they had like what 7 elements in that game, 10 elements,
Yeah.
and only 2 worlds to begin with, so it made
Yeah.
sense. Add more worlds.
All right. So, go here. This comes from Game Rant. Starfield's overall review score makes it one of the year's highest rated new games. How are you defining this? They aren't. 88. Tied for 15th. In the same category as Diablo 4.
Where's my silver key? Bought a silver key from the guy. Gonna F4. That's what just happened here? Robbed?
Oh, that's right. Videoverse is on this list. I mean, that game didn't get a proper review circuit, so.
Oh, I had less gold than I thought I did. Because I thought the Geo
you
was a
hate
0.
to see it.
Yeah, no,
Ah.
that's bad. That was silly. Oh well.
What's your Final Fantasy 16 DLC wish list now that they've committed to at least 2 packages of DLC?
I want something absurd and stupid, like Final Fantasy 16 2. Like small and
Well, let's
digestible.
talk about these rumors about a Final Fantasy 9 remake as well as a Final Fantasy 10-3 or 10 remake.
Yeah, that non remake is just gonna be they change all the graphics to that like 2D HD.
Oh, I think that they would do something that's a proper 3D remake.
For 9, I mean they've had a hard enough time with 7, and people actually want that.
Yeah. Oh, so you agree that Final Fantasy 9's not the best PS1 Final Fantasy game?
No, of course not. It's the most mid.
Thank you. You should say this to Gino, to his face.
I think I have, but I don't want to get banned from everywhere.
He told me to go fuck myself when I said the trance system is trash.
I mean, it is pretty bad.
Fucking awful. It just pops off without any control. It's just completely unreliable.
Yeah, it's not
Sometimes
good.
it's actively bad because it locks your character into a playstyle that's just counterintuitive to what you want in that specific circumstance. Also, all those fucking slow-ass 1v1 boss fights suck. Everything after that ship crashes fucking sucks. That forest level is awful.
Wait, the forest level wasn't. That's the forest where Zero eats it, right?
Yeah,
That wasn't
that whole
that
petrified
bad.
forest level sucks.
Was that bad? I mean, that wasn't the worst part for me. Everything in the last disc is
Oh yeah,
bunk.
you remember the dungeon, what is it, Oliver, where you have to split your party up?
Oh, I try not
One
to.
blocks you from using magic, one blocks you from using physical attacks, and if you fuck up that choice, you're just screwed.
I try not to think about it.
That is what we call a crock of shit.
All right, how much give me? 1204. I really wish I had a way to refill my MP, but I screwed up on the Dragon Fountain by putting the thing in the wrong. Now, I'm not going to get an MP a while.
Mm.
Alright, how much was that? So that was... Yeah, Biomotor Unitron's a pretty good game, actually.
It is. I made a pretty good thing. So I finally got the Dryad drop. I gotta say that game basically being Pokemon but with more RNG is both the coolest and most interesting thing about it and the most frustrating thing.
How so?
Because the levels are procedurally generated to a certain degree, and it makes trying to grind or plan for specific drops harder and or more frustrating if you don't get lucky. But that game really does not punish you at all for trying something new and failing.
That's good.
Yeah.
Called like good game design, letting you experiment, game with experimentation. Who would have thought?
Mm-hmm.
I hear.
But yeah, I don't know what there's to say about like the actual handheld that it was on. Like, I mean, the Neo Geo Pocket Color is just
It just kind of
It's-
happened and went away.
it happened and then it unhappened.
Lower level. Oh, there's a lot of you guys here, huh? Can't go up the stairs. Ha ha ha. I am the Stairmaster.
Is that different from the Keymaster? Are you in the same guild or union?
Yeah, we're in the local Master 506.
Okay. Cool. That's cool.
Yep, crap gold drop. Oh, this is just termite. Yeah, even like the good map for this game is hard to.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't help. Say. I hear a thing. Something around. Oh. Oh well, guess not. Yeah, so the first boss fight is a giant termite. No, it's a termite, but it's giant.
Is that good or bad? Because you know what the strategy is, right?
Yeah, you get behind it and you whack at it. Oh, how do I get in here? That room seems fun. So that's in the termite nest. Second boss is gonna be in the big mine. So small mine. There's another mine. That's big mine.
Hmm.
It's very creative naming. Oh, that's the door. Aha! And that's a large version of an enemy that's in the mine. Also very creative. And the boss that you can do at any time that you want, the one at the very beginning of the game, is just a giant version of the octopus monster at the beginning.
But you're gonna do that, right?
Yeah, I think that'll be my third boss.
Okay. It's like Ash Lake. Optional, but why wouldn't you? It's there.
Sure. And then I didn't read ahead for the bosses after that, but I think everything but the last two bosses are just large versions of normal enemies.
What inspired game design?
No. Ah, spooky ghost. Die. Go. Ow. Die. Okay, spooky. Done. Yeah, so I don't have much memory of Dark Souls. How much of the areas were graveyard? Because there is a graveyard at least. Is it like all graveyards?
I mean, do you count like see there's that one open like field area with like the hills that lead to like Anne Orlando that have grave diggers and like people putting bodies into graves, but it's not a graveyard. I think it's the Undead Warden that really is like graveyardy.
Oh, this guy.
People just seem to die in the Dark Souls games, and like they're just their bodies are just hanging out and about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so maybe they went astray when they went away from their everywhere is a graveyard aesthetic.
You tell me. A wizened sage.
Apparently, the enemies don't stop fighting until they die. That's some good advice. Okay, so this guy needs an item of some kind. I should remember that he is just a mage hiding in the corner graveyard.
Good stuff.
It's completely cool and normal.
Things that normal games make you do.
I probably got like 100 something level.
Ooh.
Probably have more adventure level. Oh, stop it. Irk. Irk. Yeah, so mid 1995, what was out?
95? Okay, I'll look. So 1995.
This was a in Japan.
Games. June. Alright, let me go ahead and just pull up 95 in video games. So we're gonna go to June. Alright. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I just had. Okay, here we go. So June. So you want me to go from January to June?
Or just what was going on in June?
June, Earthbound, Street Fighter Alpha, King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. In May, Light Crusader, Full Throttle, Super Bomberman 3. Actually, I'm in April. Jumping Flash, Mortal Kombat 3, Jagged Alliance. Now going into March, Mega Man 7, Kirby's Dream Land 2, Descent, Mario's Picross, Chrono Trigger, Panzer Dragoon for the Saturn, the first one. Moving into February, Front Mission, Rise Star, Star Wars Dark Forces, and then January is Battle Arena Toshinden and Bust-A-Move.
So this came out after Panzer Dragoon 1.
Yes, and Dark Forces.
That's...
And Jumping Flash.
And Jumping Flash. So other studios were figuring out how to do 3D stuff.
Yeah. Tekken 2 came out in June. Late June, though.
This came out the same month as Earthbound. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny to think about.
Earthbound, Street Fighter Alpha, Flight Unlimited, better known as, I believe, is this the Microsoft Flight series? No, this is Flight Unlimited by Looking Glass, so slightly different than Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is Looking Glass's attempt. This is the Seamus Blackley, later the person who invented or designed the Xbox, the original Xbox. So yeah, Earthbound, Street Fighter Alpha, Flight Unlimited, Tekken 2 all came out in the same month as this game.
There really shouldn't be much of an excuse to be the...
I mean, this is a small team. You have to consider the fact small team.
A lot of games are small team back. I have a hard time with the idea that somehow this game would eventually be one of the most influential things. Like that feels like an accident of history.
It's not. I would say that, like, I don't know how much I actually buy that idea or theory. Like, hear me out here. Yes, it would go on to inform the Dark Souls and FromSoft milieu, but they made these Kingsfield games, then stopped kind of making these types of games, and then came back to it.
Yeah, well, they came back to it because the guy who, I guess, took control of the Demon Souls project was the guy who, like, liked these games. Oh, it's super not worth fighting these guys. Sucks.
Run away! Run away, run away. Monty Python reference.
Okay, I ran away. Item in here, but it's awesome. Just like the frame rate constantly changing. So
Yep.
like it'll speed up and slow down at random. Not ideal. Okay, so that I did right.
Don't you feel like even with the frame rate thing, like you have to give them some quarter because like the processor on the PS1, like that thing didn't have RAM or not RAM. It didn't have a ton of processing power on that thing.
It
People
didn't.
forget this, but like it just the PlayStation 1's hardware came with like
I mean, it was better than 3DO.
it was
And it was
better
better
than
than the
3DO,
Saturn.
but it was not better than the Saturn.
Well, I mean, it was easier to use than the Saturn, which made it better.
It was easier to use than the Saturn, but like hardware-wise, the PS1 was even at the time of its release, the novelty was, oh, you use CDs. Like hardware-wise, it was considered underpowered even at the time of its release.
I guess compared to like PC. Yeah. But all of the consoles with like stronger processors were nightmares to develop for.
And
Those-
remember, this is a console that does not have internal memory. You had to use memory cards.
I mean, the Xbox 360 also, or in the PS2, also didn't have much internal memory at all. So internal memory was kind of not standard, let's say. Because the Saturn and Dreamcast had internal memory. First Xbox did. GameCube?
No, remember the block system? That's where the GameCube started the whole block system.
Right. So really, it was just Sega and Microsoft that even tried to do internal memory. So like, yes.
And then they got spanked on it because they lost so much money on that.
Yeah. So in a sense, not having internal memory isn't really much of a.
Yeah, but the issue is that the memory card situation for the PlayStation 1 specifically was not great.
Yeah.
It was way worse for the Dreamcast, don't get me wrong.
Back to here. Yeah, it's just super not worth fighting these. Until I get a better weapon. Ow. An arrow? What horror awaits? That sounds bad. There's this random lady. Oh yeah, so my name is Alexander.
I remember.
I'll tell you what Seath and Gyra have created. Oh, so she's just this is just the item description. I have to go find an NPC to do the item description. Fantastic, incredible.
Sounds fun. You know, you like a good challenge in your game.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely good. Magic that I want. Oh, okay. I have Earth. I have a healed now, but no MP. A plus. That's a Phantom Rod. Probably still single. Last game. I have an arrow without a bow. Also.
Okay. So.
I am slightly better off than I was.
All right. So.
Okay, now I'll go try to tackle.
All right. So I've got something to talk to you about. I have a tier list.
Okay.
And this is the PS game launch tier list.
The PlayStation 1 game launched.
Yeah. It's all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. Okay, so are you ready for this? Again, this is S, A, B, C, and D tier. Do you want me to create an F tier?
I mean, I've already ranked these.
No, this is a tier list, though. It's different. It's not ranking. You can have multiple Bs. You can have multiple Ds. Like, this is a quality list. Okay. Power Slave.
Power Slave. Well, oh, this is the Japanese.
No, this is.
Power Slave didn't come out until like
No.
7.
Power Serve.
Power Serve 3D Tennis. That is
Yeah.
a D game.
D.
Yeah.
Okay. Just quick justification, maybe like 1 or 2 sentences.
It sucks. It's a bad game. It's a bad time. It's the most psychotic.
Movement is stiff, I think you said.
Yeah, the movement is bad. The swinging is the way it's handled is psychotic. The default camera view is first person, which it's only a serial killer would put in a tennis game. Yeah, no, it's fucked.
Okay. All right. Ridge Racer.
A.
Okay.
Wait. Is this S to or A to
S
F?
to D.
S to D. Okay. So Ridge Racer's S.
S tier. Give me
Yeah.
a quick little justification.
It's cool. It fucks. It's a game that
It
fucks.
feels good when you'd make those. I always feel like every Ridge Racer is slightly different about when should you and how should you do the turns, but once you figure it out for each game, you're on the gravy train. It's fun.
Oh yeah, it's a fun game. Like great soundtrack, good sound design. It looks good for the time. It feels good to play. Both first and third person view modes work. There's not a lot of content in there, but it's supposed to be about mastery of the content that is there, and that can take a few. So yeah, no. I endorse Ridge Racer.
Okay. NBA Jam.
I guess B.
Okay. It's not the best version of the game.
Is it the best version of that game?
No, it's not the best
Oh,
version
okay.
of the game. The best version of the game is the arcade version.
Oh, I thought you meant port.
Obviously.
Yes, okay, yes, obviously. I was thinking port.
Is it the best port? I mean, didn't they do a PS2 port?
I mean, of the time.
Oh. Yeah, it's probably the best port at the time.
That puts it,
B tier,
like,
B A minus tier. Can we give it A, but it's like clear A minus?
No, I'm not going to do pluses or minuses.
Okay,
It's not fun in single player, so that would be a C if it wasn't the best version of that game at the time.
All right. Air combat.
S plus.
Really?
It's at the top of my it's at the top of my rankings. It's been at the top of my rankings since the first post.
Okay. I think you've already said this. You think that it's fun. It's the progenitor of Ace Combat, which is also good.
It's the only great flight combat game on consoles at the time, and it wouldn't be surpassed for a while.
Years.
Speaking of fly spaceship stuff, Raiden Project.
See,
It's just a shoot 'em thing.
no, it's just a Raiden 1 and Raiden 2.
Yeah.
Just that.
Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
The PS1 version of that game runs like dog shit, so let's say D.
Okay. Battle Arena Toshinden.
F tier.
This game is F.
F
God bless you.
F for fuck yourself. That's what I say.
I've said this before.
It's a bad game for bad people.
It's a
Done.
bad game for bad people and people that thought that this game was somehow better than fucking Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, they had
are-
no idea what
they-
they're talking.
Those people are fucking full of shit. It's like, oh,
The-
3D.
Those people.
Oh, graphics.
Those people were 10 years old in 1995 or 96 and
Not even
didn't have a
just
Saturn.
that, but like people thought that Battle Arena Toshinden was like that game reviewed well at the time, and it just shows that early reviewers just incentivized or like put so much of an emphasis during that PS1 Saturn era and 64 era on 3D that they didn't really care about like an actual fun game.
I mean, how many game reviewers back then like gave a shit in general? Be honest.
Rayman.
F tier.
No, you're full of shit. It's at least a C.
Fuck that game. Bad game.
I'm-
I
It's,
I
it's
would
not
rather
bad.
play Gex. I would rather play Gex than Rayman 1.
I beat Mr. Dark. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, good for you.
Okay, it's your list. We can put it in F tier. Do you want to put Power Serve or Street Fighter in F tier now that we've made an F tier?
Nah, those are still D tier. There's some
Okay.
small redeeming value there.
Total Eclipse.
Ugh. Pretty bad. Not the worst. I'm struggling between C and D. That one. Let's say D.
D with
Pretty
Power
bad.
Serve.
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
Extreme.
F.
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 You explain why Extreme is bad?
It's a extremely bad Road Rash knockoff.
Alright, and then Killy.
Oh, Kalik. Kill-eek.
Killy.
I put the pronunciation every time I type it in a blog post. For that reason exactly. Because I thought it was Kiliak for some reason. Yeah, Kalik, let's give it, for the standards of the time. It's probably C tier, but my own personal feeling, I put it at B.
B?
Yeah, but that's giving it more than it deserves.
Okay. So we only have 2 games in S tier, Ridge Racer and Air Combat.
That's about right.
No games in A tier.
Oh,
B tier is NBA Jam and Kalik. C tier is Raiden Project. D tier is Total Eclipse, Power Serve, and Street Fighter the game. F tier is Rayman, Battle Arena, Toshinden, and Extreme.
yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I'll endorse that.
Let's now find the tier list.
I mean, whatever it is, whoever it is, it's wrong. Oh, there's the big mama. There's the big mama.
All right.
Oh, look at her.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck is this? Did the Saturn release with a ton of fucking games, or is this a bunch of bullshit?
The Saturn released with a ton of games.
Oh, God. Jesus, I'm not doing this.
Do it. I had to play all of them. You can do it.
This is a lot of games.
Yes. It's only like 10.
No, this has the Japanese and the fucking USA and the EU games all together in one category. Fuck that.
Yeah, I know. You see, that's lame. That's stupid. Why is that one termite riding the other termite? Okay, so it said if I hug the wall, I'll be where she can't hit me. Oh, but her babies can hit me though. Oh no, that's bad. That's okay. That was pretty bad. Have you found a US only list?
No.
Or you can just look at my list. Forgot where the big one.
All right.
Okay, so I need to have a bow.
Okay. It's just 6 game. It's Clockwork Knight, Daytona USA, Panzer Dragoon, Pebble Beach Golf Links, Virtua Fighter, and Worldwide Soccer Sega International.
Okay,
right?
yeah. I thought it wasn't that many.
Okay, yeah. I think that list was it combined the Euro and Japanese games. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
So Clockwork Knight. C?
B?
Really?
It's not that bad.
It's so mediocre and forgettable once you played it once.
By the standards of like 5th gen launch games, that's pretty good.
Really? Like Panzer Dragoon's right there.
I mean, that's
Speaking of which, Panzer
that's
Dragoon.
S. It's S tier.
That's S tier.
Obviously.
Okay, and Daytona USA, A or S?
No, that version's screwed, man. That's not a good version of that game.
Oh, I forget that. I always forget that there's that really good Dreamcast version of Daytona USA.
C tier.
Okay.
The beach.
Pebble Beach Golf Links. I remember that game being cool. Really?
Oh wait, no. Okay, D because of the FMV. The golfing is abysmal, but the FMV is hilarious. So D.
Did I play a PC Pebble Beach game?
Probably.
You know, T&E Soft made a lot of those. Virtua Fighter.
A.
Okay. And Worldwide Soccer Sega International.
C.
Victory Goal Edition.
Yeah, it is. I'm squeezing into this corner where I can hit her, and I think I'm outside of the range of her. I can just keep whacking away as long as I like try to go diagonally. She's gonna back up from my. See, boss strategy. Well, look at this advanced boss tech I have. Hey, I level up. Look at these guys. They can't go past this area because they are programmed to not go clip into the queen's hitbox. Look at this. Look at these idiots. Can't touch me.
Can't touch this.
See, this kind of programming you do when you have 6 months to make a game. Are the trash mobs wandering into the boss's hitbox? Then put an invisible wall around the boss that the mobs can't go past. Simple as. Anyway, here's this idiot. Thanks, pal. They tried to eat me. I couldn't leave because that big guy was blocking the way, see? Thanks, buddy. I will give you the key that I found on the beach. Find a great treasure with it. My dream is to sail around the world. I know my mom won't let me. I will do it anyway. My mom must be worried about me. Yeah, no shit. Alright, so I rescued a child from the Termite Queen. I'm a hero. Big damn hero.
You did a good job.
So, question, how do I get out of it? Here's an exit somewhere.
Always what I'm asking myself, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I'd be happier if you
Nah, man, I tell you all the juicy details. So, like, the 3DO, we don't need to do this. Like, the 3DO was just crash and burn in the USA, right?
Yeah. And then everything else is an open question.
I mean, the Japan release of the game went better. I think they had, like, an Ultraman game and Wacky Races and, like, a couple of other games. They had the port of Pebble Beach, if I recall, for the Japanese release.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, they did that like 4 or 5 months later when they had games ready. Just the way you should. Hardware. Pro tip. Out there.
All right, now I'm going to, I want to describe to you the Japanese releases of the games that you, well, obviously, so this, okay, I'm going to look this up. So what are the consoles that you, because, like, automatically the 3DO Japanese release wins by sheer virtue of having more than one game. It's Ultraman Powered, the Life Stage Virtual House.
Oh, that game came out in the
Races.
US, and that game is not a game.
Fireball, it's like The Sims, but even less of a game. Pebble Beach Golf Links in Yamamura Misa Suspense, Kyoto Kurama, Sanso Satsujin Jaiken. Okay, that's a better launch than one game that's not great. All right, so this is the Sega Saturn Japanese launch. Okay.
Okay.
So you're all nostalgic for Clockwork Knight and Panzer Dragoon and the Virtua Fighters. Okay, this is what Japanese people had to. Mahjong Goku Tenjiku. Tama.
Tama. I should know what that is, right?
Let me Google this. This sounds familiar, but Tama. Tama, also known as Tama Adventurous Ball and Giddy Labyrinth.
Is that like
It's a video game
pinball
developed
RPG?
and published under Tengen's new game, Time Warner Interactive, for the Sega Saturn and PlayStation in 1994. Tama was also a launch title for both consoles.
Oh.
It's a... You roll balls through a maze
Okay.
by moving terrain.
Oh, so it's like
puzzle
it's
game.
like a pinball RPG.
Yeah.
Okay.
Virtua Fighter,
Never heard of it.
Wan Chai Connect.
Okay, actually, no, I've never heard of it.
Let me look up Wan Chai Connect. The story takes place in 1997 in Wan Chai area of Hong Kong Island. Is this a visual novel?
Oh, sounds like a VN.
This is a first-person adventure game with physical photos. This seems like a Portopia clone.
Heck yeah. I hope it's been translated.
You play as Michael Lee, a Hong Kong detective trying to find out the truth behind an attempted murder case. This game was launched on the same date. It was a launch title for the Sega Saturn, so it's one of the console launch titles. Besides talking to characters and typical adventure dialogue and question options, the game also features searching for clues, which lets you look for clues in 3D environment. This Moby Games entry for this game sucks shit. I'm gonna read this as is without me correcting the grammar mistakes, okay?
Okay.
This game was launched on the same date Sega Saturn console was released.
Whoa.
So it is one of the console launch titles. Besides talking to characters and typical adventure, dialogue, and question options, game also features searching for clues mode, which lets you look for clues in 3D environment.
I love searching for
Live-action
clues mode.
sequences usually come between story chapters and are not in full screen.
I love searching for clues.
I think this is a Japanese only game that a Japanese speaker
Auto
tried their
translated.
best to share to the English-speaking world.
Good for them.
It seems like it's a weird mixture of Portopia meets Twin Peaks.
Okay, well I got the bow after I was supposed to.
All right, so I'm gonna say the Sega Saturn US launch is better. I forget that the European launch was just Clockwork Knight, Daytona USA, and Virtua Fighter. They just had 3 games. Oh, that's... Okay, so the Sony PlayStation launch... So, again, the US launch is Air Combat Battle Arena Toshinden, Extreme Games, Kileak, the DNA Imperative, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Power Surf 3D Tennis, the Raiden Project, Rayman, Ridge Racer, Street Fighter, the movie, the game, Total Eclipse Turbo, and Zero Divide. Ah, shit, Zero Divide wasn't on the list.
Oh man, well Zero Divide came out for holiday 95 in the US.
So it's technically not a launch title.
No, it's not.
Okay, so we'll just put that to the side. All right, this is the Japanese launch. IV Evolution.
Oh, that's A4. That's the A train.
A4 Evolution.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the train series, right?
Yeah.
Of course that. Prime Crackers. That
So-
later came out in the USA, didn't it?
I don't think so, but I have seen stuff on it. It was a very simple dungeon crawler based on an anime.
I seem to recall that it's like a magical girl action role-playing game, dungeon crawler.
Yeah, it's like a sci-fi magical girl.
I seem to recall
dungeon crawler
Giant
thing.
Bomb or Jeff Gerstmann playing that game at one point.
I have.
Gokujo Parad. Oh, it's a Paradis game.
Parodius. Yeah, Parodius.
Which one is this? Is this the cutesy Parodius or is this the serious Parodius? This is the cutesy one.
Was there ever a serious Parodius?
No, I guess you could say that the entire Parodius franchise is about cutesifying like the Gradius style game.
Yeah, it's like an extended.
They got 2 Mahjong games.
Love to see it.
Neketsu Oyako. It's Neketsu Oyako. A beat-em-up game developed and published by Technosoft, released on December 3rd. What? I've never heard of this game. Oh, it's like a Final Fight clone. They had a Final Fight clone. Weird. Did this ever come out in the United States? Neketsu Oyako. I don't think this ever came out in the US, did it? No, it never came out of the US. That's weird. Ridge Racer and Tama.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the US releases launch is better than the Japanese launch.
Yeah, people were really into.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So,
A-Train.
but the question is, it's a smaller launch, but it might be better. So the European launch was Battle Arena Toshinden, Kileak, NHL Face Off. That's an okay version of NHL, an okay NHL.
Oh yeah,
game.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Rapid Reload, Ridge Racer, Street Fighter the movie, and then Wipeout.
Yeah.
That the Europeans got Wipeout like months ahead of everyone else. The fuck?
Makes a certain amount of sense.
I mean, yeah, like Psygnosis, yes, we're a European developer, but also like that alone makes it the best launch out of all of the PlayStation 1 launches. Wipeout's great.
Yeah, no, it's
Wipeout is fucking great.
it's pretty good.
The funny thing is like everyone talks about how like the Nintendo 64 only launched with 2 games, but it launched with one of those games being like the game.
Yeah, it was Mario 64 and Pilot Wing 64. Great games.
Yeah.
2 great games. 2 great games. 2 games
Sure.
that were great.
Sure, sure. You know what? I'm not even gonna dunk on Pilot Wings. Pilot Wings is fine. It just,
Yeah.
it is not something that I played as much as Mario 64.
Well, I mean, no one did.
But yeah, the Europeans got FIFA Soccer 64, Pilot Wings 64, Super Mario 64, Star Wars Shadow of the Empire,
Yeah.
Turok Dinosaur Hunter, and Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, there's more.
And the Japanese got a game called Saikyo Habu Shogi. They got a shogi game.
Yeah, they did. Oh, also, we passed by a house earlier for a guy named Cliff Wolf.
Mm.
Glad I get to do this one at a time. Alright, so now that I've gone to... Alright, so the tier list, right?
Right. So what do you want? What do you want me to search for?
Oh, no, just compare my tier list to other tier lists. Or did you do that already?
You are the only person that has Rayman ranked below C tier. Everyone else has it like B and above.
Absolutely.
The objection that you have with Rayman, like
It's
what?
bad?
It's hard, but all of those fucking classic platformer games were hard.
The design, it was very badly designed. Like, it wasn't hard, on purpose like Mario World. It was hard on accident by being bad. It was inept. Inept
I
game.
do remember like always getting stuck in the candy world, the sweets world. I don't know. I always remember like not having a hard time with that mosquito boss.
Oh, the mosquito boss is easy. That's the first boss. Everything about the platforming is bad.
It sounds like you're not a fan of floaty jumps.
That's not. Ah, what the hell? Just come into the hallway to shoot at me?
Sure looks like it. I'm gonna find say the random franchise that you can speak authoritatively about, or a random console, or anything.
I
Like,
can't.
say anything.
I can't speak authoritatively about anything. Next
Just
question.
pick a franchise. We can skip. We've already done your ranking of Final Fantasy games. Like, pick
Yeah.
a different franchise.
I have nothing authoritative to say about any.
And you write blogs on a video game forum?
I'm trying to become authoritative. I haven't gotten there yet. So there.
I'm disappointed by you.
Fine with that. Okay, alright, so all the way back to the start. Oh, hey, he
Is
came
that
up
good
here.
or bad?
Backtracking.
It's a necessary evil sometimes in video games.
Very necessary here because that's kind of the whole...
I am not the biggest fan of backtracking, but like, especially in this era when like making fully rendered video game levels was not easy, Like, I don't blame developers for doing it. What I blame developers is the monotony of background colors. Like, that really drives me crazy. It's like, you put me in a giant brown labyrinth. It's impossible for me to know where I'm going.
Textures are hard. They take up a lot of space.
Yeah, I get it. It's just, I feel like it's gameplay padding.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of padding. There's been padding in games since the beginning. I mean, they've been trying to extend the playable life of games forever, various ways. Difficulty through having backtracking, just having a lot of content. Always something.
So you heard it here first. Borgmaster likes lazy game design.
Oh yeah, no, I love lazy games. Lazier the better.
So yeah, people forget this, but this game came out December 31st.
Which game?
Like the last day of Kingfield 2.
Wait,
The last day of 95.
no,
The July release was
Wait, what are you talking about?
Japan. Oh no, I'm thinking of the European Union release.
Yeah. I was wondering what you were talking about. Because this came out in the fall
February.
this came out in June of 95 in Japan, and then the fall of 96 in the...
I'm gonna double check that. I thought it was February of USA.
The dates might have changed since I looked at it last year.
You know what? As you know, websites reporting on release dates of even 2 generations ago is suspect.
Yeah, like it's very hard to find accurate release dates. It's all over the place.
Wild west situation.
Because no one cared back then to keep track of it.
It's such a simple thing, and yet the industry was terrible at it.
So, you could say February, you could say, I don't know, what's August, September of 96? Could be either.
We probably know the
We know the year.
year.
Because, even like magazines, they might not get to a game for a couple months. Or they might get it early. Or like as an import. So it's very hard to tell.
Oh, right. I was in the European section of this timeline. Sorry. Alright, do you want me to read the best-selling games in the United States in 1995? Wait, you know what?
Like in general?
I want you to name 5 games that you think were the best-selling games in the United States.
Like overall
consoles.
or consoles? Like we're including PCs and
overall,
arcade?
this does merge console. Okay. Let me click it. Let's remove arcade games.
Okay.
Okay, I've removed arcade games. Just console, this means that we are looking at Genesis, Mega Drive, and primarily Super Nintendo games, because people forget this. The Super Nintendo was still shipping more copies than the PlayStation 1.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, the SNES was the best-selling system.
And also its games were still outselling PlayStation games.
Well, absolutely,
by a lot.
because Donkey Kong Country 2 came out, if I recall.
So, what do you think was selling?
I looked
Okay,
this up last year.
I'll say this. You've already named one game on the top 5 list.
Yeah, there we go. See, I actually looked up this list last year. I've just forgotten.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just read it then. It's Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country 1.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct. Donkey Kong Country 2.
Okay.
Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Madden NFL 96. NBA Jam Tournament Edition for the Genesis. NBA Jam Tournament Edition Super Nintendo Edition. Mortal Kombat 2, and The Lion King. People forget this, but
The Lion King was
the
huge.
lifespan, the lifespan of games back in the day was not just like, oh, you were the best-selling game in a month. Like, games would be the best-selling games for years.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I mean, like the best-selling game of
people
90s.
forget how well
like
that Lion King game sold.
Well, I mean, like the best-selling game of '93 was Aladdin, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like
Because
those
kids
movie
didn't know
tie-in
better,
games.
and you know those games looked good. They were tough as balls and sucked in hindsight. Now let's find the highest grossing arcade games. Oh, fuck.
Learn from food.
Okay,
Like arcade games in '95 in the U.S. or overall.
95. So actually it's easier if we go to Japan because there's a debate.
Oh, it's like
There's
Tekken
two
2, right?
definitive. Okay, no, it's Virtual Fighter 2.
Virtua Fighter 2. Okay, 'cause I thought that was still that carried over from '94.
Yeah.
Good
So
for
it's okay. So in the United States, no wait, I'm sorry, that was the Japanese list. Let me read the Japanese list. It's Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 0 or Alpha, Vampire Hunter, Tekken, King of Fighters 94, Street Fighter 2 Turbo or X, as it was known in Japan. X-Men Children of Adam, Shin Samurai Spirits or Samurai Showdown 2, Tekken 2, Puzzle Bobble.
Yeah, like that
Sounds
like that X-Men
good.
game was like bigger than anyone remembers it.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, because it's
Beat 'em
it's
up
the
games were
predecessor.
popular.
No, that
Yeah.
that was a fighting
Oh,
game.
that's the fighting game?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right,
X-Men.
right.
Yeah,
That's
X-Men
the,
Children of the Atom.
That's
is
the great granddaddy of the
basically-
versus games.
Yeah, like you get from X-Men Children of the Atom to X-Men versus Street Fighter to Marvel versus Capcom.
Well, no,
Okay,
That is
it's
a straight
it's
line.
X-Men to Marvel superheroes to X-Men Capcom to Marvel versus Capcom, right?
Right. So here's the weird
Something like
thing:
that.
we have two competing lists as to the best-selling arcade games in the United States. We have the American Amusement Machine Association
Oh boy.
and the Amusement and Music Operators Association. Now, there's a reason. The AMOA, the Amusement and Music Operators Association, split their list between conversion kits and dedicated cabinets. And then also, the AAMA did a catch-all, which the AMOA did not do. So, number one, the best, highest grossing...
Arcade game for '95 in the U.S.
yes.
It's Mortal Kombat 3.
No, it was
What?
Daytona, USA.
Motherfucker.
Now, this is where I call bullshit. The AAMA says number 2 is the Neo Geo MVS. That is bullshit. They put that as a catch-all. This is the Neo Geo cabinet that had multiple games on it,
Yeah, that's
where
cheating.
you could like swap it out. That's
I'm
bullshit.
gonna
That's
guess
cheating.
KOF 95
Yeah.
So it's like KOS
and
95
a
and
Metal
then
Slug.
94, 95, and Metal Slug. Yeah. Mortal Kombat 3 is 3rd. Sega Rally Championship is 4. WWF WrestleMania is 5. Area
game.
51 is 6. 2-on-2 Open Ice Challenge is 7. Indy 500 is 8. Virtua Fighter is 9. And Virtual Cop is 10. Now, this is where we get into the AMOA differentiating dedicated cabinets and conversion kits. For the
Oh.
dedicated cabinet category, it is Cruising USA as number 1, Daytona USA number 2, Killer Instinct number 3, Mortal Kombat 2 number 4, and Mortal Kombat 3 number 5. As
Oh.
a conversion kit, this is the reason why Mortal Kombat 3 is not the top of the list, is because they split its user base in half. Mortal Kombat 3 is the top conversion kit, followed by Mortal Kombat 2, Raiden 2. Can't believe that Raiden did that well in the US.
Oh.
Tekken, and then X-Men Children of Adam.
I'm very surprised at the Raiden one.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna find any like Raiden cabinets in like retro arcades. Alright, yeah, so yeah, gaming was weird in the mid.
Yeah, it was. I lived there. I was there. It was a weird time, let me tell you. I
Like-
think about I remember it like it was yesterday.
Like
Ugh.
I've been thinking that like
Okay.
is 1993 the weakest year for console games?
I'm gonna call shenanigans because there's this list that says most played console games, and it has. You should consider Shanghai because it was on the Windows PC. It says
I should
on an
consider
asterisk.
what these nuts are in Oh Mama.
Yeah, I'm not gonna include the Windows Mahjong Solitaire game. Shut the fuck up.
See, when someone does that, that's when you shove them into a locker.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? What are we doing here? Like, I get that, like, I think it is the Gaming Hall of Fame put Microsoft Solitaire into the Hall of Fame, and people are like, that's not a game. It's like, dude, it's like maybe
The game.
it is, for a lot of people, the only video game they've played. There are people where that is the only video game they have ever played their entire lives.
Oh,
On
yeah.
top of that, there was a solid, like, it's not even up for dispute.
Not a liquid.
There was a solid, like, 3 to 4 year period where Solitaire was maybe the most played video game, and it's not even not even a contest.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It was such a problem. People were so addicted to Solitaire that corporations literally were begging Microsoft to reinstall Windows on their computer without Solitaire available.
Okay, should I try to fight this big?
You saved. You got a save state. Like, what harm is there in trying? Don't think, feel.
Yeah.
Don't feel heal.
I don't have anything to heal. I don't have any magic to heal. Let me.
So you got to do it in one go.
Up.
But yeah, like, Solitaire deserves to be. It's a really important video game. Free Cell, also an important video game. I forget what is in the Video Game Hall of Fame. All right, let's check this out. Do 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 do.
Okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
I should run past him. Run past him and then. Yeah, buddy.
View inductees. Okay, let's go to the Video Game Hall of Fame. Let's
Digigame
do
Hall of Fame.
every single year. Okay. All right. So, Wii Sports. That's justified.
Yeah.
The Last of.
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey, Brayden, how do you feel about The Last of Us being in the Video Game Hall of Fame? Is he gone? Okay, sure, whatever. Computer space. Sure. Barbie fashion designer. Now, this sounds like a weird one, but this is totally earned. I remember when literally my sister and all of her friends, like, Barbie fashion designer was like the biggest game for girls for like 2 to 3 years. Yeah, they point out that this game made $120 million and basically rejuvenated Barbie as a IP outside of the toy.
Dang.
Yeah, it was huge. It was also sold pretty heavily from Scholastic magazine. So yeah, that is.
I'll do it.
Yeah, within 2 months, the game sold over 500,000 copies, outselling Quake and Doom. Yes. It also like rebooted the whole edutainment children's educational game. Like, it's like that game is horribly underrated. Sid Meier's Civilization,
Yeah.
earned.
Okay.
Miss Pac-Man, justified. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, absolutely. Dance Dance Revolution,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, there was that weird period of time when like Dance Dance Revolution temporarily revived the arcade.
Oh yeah, for a couple of years. Yeah.
Tetris, justified. Super Mario Bros, justified. Pac-Man, sure. World of Warcraft, no problem with that. Doom, no problem with that. Pong, sure, that's not a problem. Grand Theft Auto 3? Sure. The Oregon Trail. Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah. I mean, it was like played across thousands of schools. And like it's led to so many memes. It's like the Oregon Trail deserves a lot of credit for like starting the whole edutainment genre of game.
like, but it popularized it. That wasn't the first one. Right?
It wasn't the first one, but it was like the big one. That like, oh shit, we need to make an Oregon Trail clone. Right. So yeah, that's earned. The Legend of Zelda, sure. The Sims, absolutely. Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. Okay, I'm okay with that. Space Invaders, sure. Pokemon Red and Green. So they went with the Japanese release. They don't have Pokemon Red and Blue. That's,
Oh.
I find that funny. I find that very funny.
Interesting.
Halo Combat Evolved? Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Street Fighter 2. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Like practically like codified the whole fighting game. Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Tomb Raider.
Okay.
I mean,
It's Resident Evil.
Tomb
in
Raider,
there.
like I said in that one blog about like Redguard, is like Tomb Raider like redefined like how 3D cameras worked, especially on PC.
Especially on PC. Okay, because I was gonna say that it was like the combination of Tomb Raider and Resident Evil that created the whole like 3D action adventure genre.
Okay, Space War. Sure,
Yeah,
okay,
okay,
you're going
yeah,
with the yeah.
Might as well.
John Madden Football. Okay, like
Okay.
I feel like the John Madden football franchise doesn't really take off until like you get to the year versions of it.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy VII. Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah. I mean, it literally moved units of the PlayStation. Super Mario Kart. This is the Super Nintendo game?
The Super Mario
Alright.
Kart.
Yeah, Super Mario Kart, sure. Mortal Kombat, fine. Like, and then here's where people
First
get
one?
a little. Yes, the first one. I would have put 2.
Yeah, me too. Like, why put the first Mortal Kombat but not the first Street Fighter?
Because the first Street Fighter is an actively bad time.
Yeah, well, the first Mortal Kombat isn't great.
Yeah, it was a better game than the first Street Fighter.
I mean, that's not hard though.
It broke up Capcom's and SNK's monopoly over the fighting game genre.
Yeah.
Okay. Microsoft Solitaire. Again, I've already said my piece. Like, there was like a 4-year period where it was the most played video game. Like, it deserves to be here. Colossal Cave Adventure. Sure, but I'm pretty sure they don't have Zork, and I would go with Zork over Colossal Cave Adventure
Same.
as like the classic like text adventure game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have Zork here. So they went with Colossal Cave Adventure and not Zork. Like, what?
It's not.
Minecraft, absolutely. Like, say what
Oh,
you
yeah.
want about Minecraft. Like, it's... Until, like, Fortnite, it was the most successful video game ever.
Yeah.
King's Quest, sure.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
say what you will about King's Quest, the adventure game genre, right?
That was Roberta Williams, right?
Yeah, that's
Oh
the
yeah,
Roberta
definitely.
Williams.
Yeah, give her the.
Centipede. Sure. I mean, I think that Millipede is bigger and more important. And then also, did they not put in Galaga yet? Yeah, they didn't put Galaga yet.
What the
or
fuck?
Galaxians. So they've
What?
got their top-down shooter is just Space Invaders and Centipede. There's no Galaga or Galaxian.
Oh, no asteroids even.
Nope.
No missile command. That's
Nope.
questionable.
But they do have Bejeweled.
Oh well, at least there's that.
I mean, like the match. I mean, you know, it wasn't the first match-free game. I bet it was the game that everyone played.
Yeah, it was the most popular one.
Now, I think this game. I think this game is great. I don't know why this is here. It's Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Okay,
Like, one,
kind of funny.
that's not the right adventure game to put here.
Kinda
Two,
fun.
it's not even like Oregon Trail. I can like squint my eyes and like convince myself, yes, you're right. Like there was like thousands of kids playing that game every year. Carmen Sandiego, like, what did, yeah, millions for school-age children, but like, what significant came out of Carmen Sandiego other than people know who Carmen Sandiego is and were disappointed by that Jennifer Lopez reboot movie?
Oh, there was a Jennifer Lopez movie.
Yeah. All right, moving on. I don't think Carmen Sandiego should be here. StarCraft. Fucking yes.
Yeah, okay.
But wait, no, like Command and Conquer and Doom 2 aren't on here. So like I feel like the strategy genre is not well represented. They've got Civilization.
Eh.
You took the time to put in The Last of Us and Barbie fashion designer before like Command and Conquer? Fucking asteroids?
Asteroids.
Microsoft Flight Simulator, sure. And then Animal Crossing. Wait, what? Animal Crossing?
wait,
Animal Crossing?
wait. Is Mario in there anywhere?
Oh, did they put an Animal Crossing before Mario World? No, there is
any
not a Mario World game in here.
There's like not.
Oh no, wait, no,
Mario
Super
Brothers?
Mario World, Mario Bros. 1.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't put in World or 3. Man, this
crap.
is
Which I say.
this is bananas. There's no mist.
Oh no, there's no mist. How could they do that?
Is this where we talk about video game, the idea of the Western canon of video games?
Oh, don't do that.
What is Western? Can you just explain what that means? Because I've heard it before and I still don't understand what that term means.
The Western canon?
Yeah.
That's like the old Greek, Roman, medieval European writings.
Okay. Got it. So how does that apply to video games, Braden?
Oh,
Because
which
if the-
video games are the cornerstone of
Like
of
the
Western
Great American
civilization?
Classic, people trying to find the
Yes.
Great American Classic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like if you're going to receive a classical education in video games, which games would be on the syllabus?
Yeah.
I feel that M can speak of this because M shared the video games that she was forced to play in game design school.
Was Kingsfield 4 on that list?
You know, I'm gonna say no.
Because I've heard of that being used at least once.
Oh, no. I think that was Brandon Sanderson's class.
Brandon Sanderson just teaches creative writing.
I think he taught like something for like a video. Like he has even used Kingsfield as like storytelling. Like this is how you tell a story just purely from environmental design.
Sorry, I couldn't. Oh, that's a death drop. Yeah, so how do you feel about the environmental storytelling in this game?
Are there any skeletons on a toilet?
No. No toilets.
What are we even doing?
I know, right? Nail. Nail. Oh, Rose. Sorry, just whenever I see a nail, I have to go snail. There's supposed to be more going on here. Back to the secret door has a drop in it. Big hole somewhere in here. Can't get across there. Right here. Oh, it's a drop. Huh.
Gosh darn it, you're disappointed.
I get over. Oh, I have to go up and. That's not kosher. That's not cool. Game is totally uncool.
Oh my
Because
God.
I have to go up here and then
So,
throw myself off of this thing into. You see? So
I,
can I look down? How far down can I look? I can look down and see something
Braden,
there.
Braden, I know I make fun of you a lot, but Braden, are you there?
Ow!
Can
Ow,
I
that
help
hurt.
You, yes.
Okay, so I promoted a thread that was talking about Borderlands 3. It's like, hey, it's weird to think, but we're coming up on the, what was it, like anniversary of like the last time the Borderlands game came out, and it's been like 4 years or something like that.
Has it been 4 years? Was that 2019?
Yeah, it's been 4 years since the last time we had a proper numbered Borderlands game. Because
Ow.
Braden and I don't count Tiny Tina's, as you shouldn't.
That game's in this month's Humble Monthly.
Yeah,
Oh.
you should return that.
I have been thinking about begging people to give
it.
me a spare key.
Okay.
When
So
I
Braden,
when I get the
I'm
Tiny
not-
Tina key, I'll give it to you.
This
for,
comes from my co-host when I promoted the Borderlands 3 discussions. Like, why do you think that there's not a new Borderlands game? This is from person. I think it's fun. Actually, no, I'm not going to do a mocking voice. I think it's fun. Like, I get what people's hang up with the story is, but I never really go into a game expecting Citizen Kane. I just want to smash, blow up everything, and when you got 3 friends of different classes going around and doing that, it's magical.
Citizen Kane of video gaming. That's what I'm looking for.
Get some fucking water. Can you process this statement, please? I didn't go into it expecting Citizen Kane. I just want to smash shit. That's video game.
That sounds like a quote talking about Limp Bizkit in the. Okay, how do I deal with this? This looks like a bad time. What happens if I just run? Oh, there's a trap door. Sneak. Morningstar. Euro 3860. Huh. Interesting.
Okay. I'm back.
So what is the Citizen Kane of video?
It's
Metroid
Metroid
Prime.
Prime.
Oh, okay. I must be missing out on a meme.
Oh,
That's where the meme originated.
yeah. That's where the meme originated, like calling games the Citizen Kane. It was an IGN review, right, Braden?
Of
Yeah.
course it
Basically,
was.
an IGN reviewer was reviewing Metroid Prime, and he got to the final paragraph of his review for his video review, and he said, like Citizen Kane, you'll come back to Metroid Prime over and over again and still get a new experience.
Yeah, video game reviews were a mistake.
Yeah.
I'm such. It's because of you, idiot. Probably because of you. That's because. Oh, she's gonna sit there and stare at me? Scout. Yeah. Back. Can't do anything about it. Oh, it's a graveyard.
Alright, I guess I should
Who'd have thought?
start
Graveyard.
setting up.
I start setting up, I'll end after I explore the pirate cave.
Okay, give me a minute.
I'll give you
I want to show you my robot.
all your rope.
You're playing more Biomotor.
Yeah, I want to show you guys my robot.
Good game, of course.
Sorry.
Not that he
That
should be
was
playing
rude.
good games. Trouble for playing. But it is a good game.
When was the last time you truly thought a game whipped when you for your blog series, Borgmaster?
My blog
It's
series.
just a vicious, mean
Uh-huh.
person right now.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you need to play
Uh.
good games again.
I mean, I'm playing Starfield. That's good. What? Are you gonna say Starfield isn't good?
No, I'm being a shit, just like you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, do it. Do it.
Do you normally like Bethesda open world games?
Yeah, I didn't like Fallout 4 though. Oh, this frame rate.
Yeah, I bet I would just think that, yeah, this game's fun when I start playing Starfield. I bet I would
Yeah.
just go like, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah,
I'm having a
it's
fun time.
it's a good game. You know, at a basic level, it's a good.
Alright, give me a minute.
That's a fun little thing.
Oh. Okay.
Ah, it's not the skeleton.